Why is it essential to understand the Constitution? It's more than just a dusty old document. It's the foundation of the freedoms we enjoy and the rights we exercise every day. So come along on a journey through the first 10 amendments, also known as the Bill of Rights, to understand the wisdom of the Founding Fathers and the relevance of these rights in today's world. Starting with the First Amendment, it guarantees the freedom of religion, speech, press, assembly, and the right to petition the government. This amendment is the cornerstone of our constitutional republic society, safeguarding our right to express ourselves freely and hold our government accountable. Next, the Second Amendment, often the subject of heated debates, protects the right of the people to keep and bear arms. This amendment traces its roots back to the time when militias were necessary for the security of the free state. It is also the reason why you as a citizen still have the First Amendment as a right, and why other so-called free nations have their rights and privileges. If this right were lost, who would be around to stop a government from enslaving its people? As long as we have this right and exercise it with prudence and restraint, our nation and the protection of other free nations' rights will guarantee that individuals still get to choose their destiny in life and not some oligarch at the top of the pyramid. The Third Amendment, perhaps less known, prohibits the government from quartering troops in private homes without the owner's consent during peacetime. This amendment, inspired by the colonists' experiences under British rule, stands as a symbol of our individual privacy and property rights. Moving on to the Fourth Amendment, it protects citizens from unreasonable searches and seizures. It requires law enforcement to obtain a warrant based on probable cause before searching private property. This amendment serves as a bulwark against arbitrary invasions of our privacy. This includes searches of our persons, vehicles, and other property possessions, which are considered an extension of our home. The Fifth Amendment covers a broad range of protections, including the right to a grand jury, protection against double jeopardy, the right against self-incrimination, and the right to due process. It also includes the Takings Clause, which requires the government to provide just compensation when private property is taken for public use. The Sixth Amendment guarantees the right to a fair and speedy trial, an impartial jury, the right to confront witnesses, and the right to an attorney. These rights ensure that individuals accused of crimes receive a fair and just trial. The benchmark is that you are innocent until proven guilty, a concept that other nations didn't exercise before the founding of this nation. This must be remembered if you choose to sit on a petite or grand jury. The threshold needs to be set so high for a guilty verdict that it seems almost impossible for the state to come against a citizen and win in court. Many district attorneys rely on emotional victories to get people to agree with them. Fear-baiting and manipulation of rights is the cornerstone of what the Founding Fathers were trying to flee from in Britain and other European nations. The Seventh Amendment protects the right to a jury trial in civil cases, ensuring that disputes between individuals can be resolved by a jury of their peers. As explained in the Sixth Amendment previously, this means you are innocent until proven guilty. It was meant to be that the state had to convince people who knew you and your character that you were the boogeyman they claimed you to be. This meant people in your neighborhood, friends, family, people of your socioeconomic standing and the like. The Eighth Amendment prohibits excessive bail, excessive fines, and cruel and unusual punishments. This amendment safeguards the rights of individuals, even those accused or convicted of crimes, against abusive treatment or punishments. The Supreme Court said it best: the restraint of liberty is the punishment, not further abuse with physical, psychological, or spiritual focuses. The restraint of the freedom of movement within society is the punishment. The Ninth Amendment states that the enumeration of certain rights in the Constitution does not deny or disparage other rights retained by the people. This amendment underscores that the listed rights are not exhaustive and the people retain other fundamental rights. Finally, the 10th Amendment reserves powers not delegated to the United States by the Constitution, nor prohibited by it to the states respectively, or to the people. It establishes the principle of federalism, balancing the power between the federal government and the states. This means statutes created to try to get around the Constitution are null and void on their face. These amendments are not open season on what the government can do against the citizenry, but are limitations on what they can do. In summary, the first 10 amendments form a vital part of the US Constitution, protecting individual liberties and ensuring a balance of power. Understanding these amendments is crucial as they continue to shape our society, influence our laws, and govern our everyday lives. From the freedom of speech to the right to a fair trial, the wisdom of the Founding Fathers echoes through the centuries, reminding us of our rights and responsibilities as citizens. So the next time you exercise your rights, remember the wisdom enshrined in these 10 amendments and appreciate the enduring legacy of the US Constitution.